Hello and welcome to the Martian Enterprise Tournament, the first match of the game, 1v1 between Cat and Death Tacticus, aka DT. We are on series, and let's take a look at this map. I'm Lahi, and casting with me is Threat Penguin. There are a lot of salt over here. And
Yeah, and there's a power colony with the double starting power price. Oh, there's
okay.
2 god tiles to the northwest. I think if you want to be quick into the power, you might want to find a scavenger though.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. It's faster to mine the carbon than to make all that steel for the power plants. And there's a decent, or actually maybe even good, scavenger southeast.
Cat founding a scientific on a salt steel site, and DT followed up by elite.
Ooh, okay.
It surely is
Not what
going
I
to
would
be.
have expected.
Yeah, I was expecting some fast HQs because this power is profitable already if you can get the plant down.
Yeah. So let's check the uranium situation. Yeah, they will have access to uranium, both of them. Who bought into fuel? Cat bought into fuel. Why?
The colony is consuming 0.3 fuel per second.
Oh, okay, makes sense. I wonder if she made money on that.
I am not sure.
Very minimal, if any. And alright, what are the plans, do you think?
Looks
Can
like
they go power even though they're still users?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. And interestingly, DT is making a remote steel. I believe this is a plan to prepare the power plant because he might want to separate claims such a way that they don't get EMP'd at the same time. Although this tile looks sad on its own, we might see other alternative plans soon. Cat is going for
Well, yeah, just based on, like, I don't see the point of of this setup from DT, and considering that it says what in chat, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was a misplacement.
It might be. Cat is already going for the first nuclear plant here. Yeah. Remote.
This is a solid choice and a solar flare.
Can DT do this? Oh, Cat buys. Wait, no, DT buys the first one. Yeah. So he does. He's doing our silicon production right now. Let's see if he can afford a goon. He was forced to buy a claim when he did that thing with the steel mill. And yeah, no, that prevents him from buying a goon in time.
Yeah.
Very, very unfortunate for DT.
The black market is open for business.
Oh, but he didn't finish building, so we can just cancel it and build it on his mines, right?
Yeah, that is indeed possible. However, it also means that it's going to be very awkward for DT to change those claims back into mining iron, which might bite him later.
Yeah. So what does he do?
Well, I guess he will have to wait. I'm not sure.
Might be waiting to upgrade.
Yeah, this is not a good situation because look at the steel price. There is nothing DT can sell to get this glass money. So he has to either
just cancel the 2 solar panels.
Yeah.
That's money.
That is one way to deal with it.
Meanwhile, Cat is well on the way to power money. Like 10 more seconds.
And also Cat should have cash coming in for that second EMP, and DT has not gooned it yet. So I believe as soon as this power money comes in, she will buy EMP, and yes. So I think that is the reason why DT did not cancel out the solar panel.
Yeah, but so Cat is now making 500 a second. DT won't make anything. DT will be in debt. DT will have invested in silicon and steel with no gain. Yeah, DT is really far behind here, I think.
Yeah. These are the type of game we might expect in a power colony, double power games.
The black market is open for
Yeah, so
business.
which just makes me. I would love to hear the reasoning for not going to Scav.
Let's see, is
So
there...
Cat getting HQ3, going double reactor and double chem refinery on top of some interesting tiles that have both iron and carbon on them, which might come into play. And there is chem consumption from the colony, and chem is already really good. Although, wait, are there? No, there's no pirates or mag storms. So to make these chem refineries work, she will have to ship out a pretty large shipment of fuel to them.
Yeah.
See how that affects their economy.
It turned...
Yeah, she's still making really solid power money.
Yeah, not only solid power money, her market choices are excellent. Fuel is at 160, and chemical also makes a good amount of money as soon as this fuel comes down. So this chain of market choices are very strong of her.
Yeah. Meanwhile, DT transitioned into glass to make some money, so he canceled the solar panel. And yeah, his nuclears are finally online and might prevent.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, he has to prevent Cat from getting more power money from this, because this is already a big lead difference.
Yeah. And he will be happy to pay off some debt. What do you think about slant drilling going for 5k?
Slant drilling. Oh. I don't think it's going to matter much in the end, because there is enough water around and there's enough carbon around. Although carbon can get help from slant drilling, I don't think it's going to matter much.
Okay.
And so, neither does DT. He doesn't need it.
I see. So, reactors clearly the best market now. Cat had to ship out like more fuel than she needs, because with remote production you just fill up the storage, right? You have the money for it.
Yeah, that being
So she's
said,
currently storing 50 fuel in these refiners.
yeah,
That's why it's really, really expensive.
There's not much cost, so it should be fine. The question is, can DT get into this fuel market before...
What did you say?
Oh.
Why is it fine?
Because when you do a remote shipping on these resources, you put a bunch of resources at once and a bunch of resources back at once, so the fuel cost itself is not that significant. I think much more significant is the delay you get by putting those resources inside those buildings and not being able to get it right away, which can be solved by getting a teleportation patent, which Cat is queuing.
Yeah, just well on the way there. But to me, it's just that the fuel price will, like, the spike won't be, or there won't be a steady incline. There will be a spike when she ships the fuel out. And DT made that even a bigger spike because he EMP'd her reactors, and then he went to his own reactor. So I really like that play. So let's see, Cat will have a solid advantage with teleportation here, although because it is slowdown strike, it will take a while. I wonder if DT can use the elite bonus of the strong pleasure domes to get his own edge in this matchup.
Unfortunately, Cat is scientific, and scientific does not contribute that much for pleasure dome revenue. That being said, elite being elite and monopoly being monopoly, if DT puts down a pleasure dome, it's going to make a solid 200 money, which is excellent.
Oh, you're looking there. Okay. Yeah, but even more, of course, with VR and the colony adjacency. There was a DT transition. He claimed these double silicon tiles, but now they're solar panels instead, which means he has no more silicon income.
Yeah.
And he would need a fair amount for his HQ5.
He needed those claims to counter power, but he also needs this for upgrading, so it's going to be very awkward for DT to transition in
Yeah.
and out and spending 200 silicon in the process of that.
The black market is
And I think that this hacker array auction, won by Cat for 18k, will play a big role in this game. She is deciding what to hack. She was trying for a chem hack, but then changed her mind.
Yeah, she cancelled out of it.
What would be a good hack? I'm not sure.
Something that's easy to produce for her. I think it's still chem. DT's not making one.
But she only has 2 claims there.
Yeah. It's awkward to hack anything right now.
is open for business.
DT is more flexible. Oh, that was close to hitting the goon. But now DT knows where the goon is, and that was a very... Why did he target the pump, actually? I guess he thought that was least likely to be good.
What goes on in there?
Yeah, very nice EMP. So farms are the best market by far now, and DTs are working. Cats are not, because of the EMP. Right now, at least.
DT, I think
although,
DT almost caught up. They do have significant amount of that difference, and Cat does have some lead in those patterns, and this is indeed going to do a lot for Cat. But DT is not locked out of those patterns. He is a bit slow, but he's catching up.
What just happened is, Cat tried to hack power. DT transitioned into nuclear plants before that happened. And as soon as Cat saw that, she deleted hack array. I think suspecting that it's spied, which it actually was. So now she's gonna place a pleasure dome there instead.
Yeah, this pleasure dome will cut into DT's pleasure dome revenue. Although it's going to cause significant amount of power.
She's also going for the optimization center, which I like a lot. Optimizing steel, power, chems. Yeah, there's really good markets here.
Yeah.
And I wonder when... Oh, no, I don't wonder anymore. So I was gonna say, when will people claim uranium? But DT does start his first uranium mine. So just a single uranium mine here would be really solid money for like a minute or two until you crash down. But it's so easy to do. I like this claim, especially when there's claim on the markets. Speaking of claims on the markets, I will report that DT has bought 3 of them, and Cat has bought 2 of them. So pretty even there. And now they're both HQ5.
Time to start improving everything.
Cat still ahead a bit in tech and money.
Yeah.
But DT being more flexible, he might be able to maneuver around Cat here.
We will
Wow,
see.
that spiked steel.
And we're seeing the first mutiny of the game. And DT unfortunately cannot react to this because he is in debt. And that is also a very good time for Cat to do a mutiny. Not only because DT is in debt and cannot take it back, even if DT wants to take it back, he has to pay down debt. And if he pays down debt, he might not be able to defend this majority buyout attempt.
Yeah. And yeah, and now she's preventing him from paying down some debt. So we'll eat more of these debt ticks. I do like it. I would say I really think DT would have benefited from the slant relaying.
Yeah.
So he could have, well, I guess these god tiles aren't good anymore. But he could have had uranium iron tie right now. So now he has like 3 mines. He could have had 2 mines and gotten more money from it. So yeah, I think letting it go for 5k wasn't in his best interest.
That makes sense.
And right now on the power front, DT is still not gaining any after he transitioned those solar panels back into silicon.
Yeah.
Power. While Cat is paying off that solid.
Power is the easiest way to pay down debt and solve this issue. And at this price of power, not having surplus production is not going to help with DT's situation.
Yeah. DT is finally going into a patent lab. I guess he hasn't really been able to afford it. Although I might have wanted to see this at HQ4 instead of the upgrade.
Yeah.
There's some really good ones for him, like Nanotech with the crazy steep price. We have virtual reality for an extra 120 money per second. We have perpetual motion, which would pretty much solve his power issues.
I believe DT
that's
will get the award. I didn't check at the start of the Soul 15, but Cat just used a black market item and it became not 10 versus 10, which means DT was 10 before that.
Alright, I'll make a note to look at it to make sure. I want to say this is a random glass shortage that benefits Cat greatly. She was already producing glass. She managed to buy into it too.
Yeah.
And yeah, Cat really has a solid grip on this game. There's no way she loses at this point.
Yeah, the initial...
And I think it...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the initial power thing really decided this game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Can we get an interview? So what do you think about the scam found? How would you have found it?
I think it's a solid found. Not only that, it's you can use scientific bonus, and there was no magnetic zone or no pirate. You can also core sample around this tower and get 60% chance to get water. Although it did not happen in this scenario. It can also help with this award getting more black market usages because core sample cooldown is 30 seconds.
No, I'm talking about the scavenger found southeast.
Oh, scavenger found southeast. Yeah, I like that one more than scientific elite found because we said solely because of the there are two reasons. One is having salt right on top of their found, having bonus on greenhouse farm and glass kiln, and also having easy access to this power market because construction resources are easier to come by.
Yeah, that was the one that stood out to me even when I checked the seed. But alright, I'm sure I had reasons and very well played from Cat here. Taking the first game of the day for the team in the lead. They were really happy with this.
Congratulations.